Maps for College.
Welcome to Maps for College's Finding the Right College for Me. My name is Sarai and we have a special guest. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Rick Shaw and I'm the Dean of Admission and Financial Aid at Stanford University. As you may know, Stanford's in Northern California, 35 miles south of San Francisco. It is the second largest campus in the world. That's certainly the land space that it's on, next to the University of Moscow. What about that? We are an institution that is considered a university. It admits students at the undergraduate level.
Could you talk to the viewers about authenticity?
Right.
We hear that all the time. I don't know how students and parents are receiving it. Maybe they understand that you have to be true to yourself, or they're thinking, well, if a Stanford University wants, some kind of student who does really well in school, they want to. What I've noticed is a lot of students are just taking the classes, just doing the extracurricular, but without really understanding why they're doing that and for what purpose.
Right. Well, it's a good question, and it actually, again, let's go back to how many students we're evaluating. Well over 30,000. So the ratio of those applying to those admits about 1 out of 11. That's pretty tough. So if you're the one, probably the characteristics that we are reading for are that you do well in school. That's good. Grades and the kinds of courses you take are really the first and highest priority. We look at testing supplementally as well. But really what's important in terms of distinguishing you from lots of students who are quite competitive on those measures, or how you present yourself in the application that you fill out for the institution. So Stanford has the Common Application, which is very accessible, and then one of the most comprehensive supplements to the Common App, where we ask a lot of different questions, short questions, three sort of shorter essays and then a longer essay. So in all of those, that's where we get to know you as a young person, and we're not interested in your trying to figure out what the formula is in terms of applying to Stanford. There is no formula, and the kids that seem to be most successful are those that are most transparent. That means most honest, most open, most willing to share who they are with the reader and with the committee, and also talk about what excites them. So this is not a time to be conservative. This is the only time you'll have or the opportunity to really share what makes you tick. We care about kids who engage in something and then do it with a great deal of passion. So the word passion and the words like depth and breadth are important. It's not just about getting the grade from our vantage point. It's about loving what you're doing. It's loving the courses that you take. It's celebrating the involvement in those courses. But we also are really quite interested in what makes you tick, what your hopes and dreams are in terms of your future. And most importantly, we don't want you to go to guidebooks and find out what essays work. We want you to just be yourself, be open, be straightforward, be willing to share a little bit of yourself, and sometimes culturally that's more difficult, but nevertheless, in order for us to understand who you are, it's not going to be enough just to see straight A's with a sprinkling of B's, or testing, or the kinds of courses you take, but rather we really want to see who you are as a human being. So we're really reaching back to you to say, tell us about yourself, tell us about why you might want to pursue this area of interest, academic area of interest. Tell us what you do outside the classroom, and why do you do it. Those are things that I think help you come through as a unique candidate. And so we're going to take that first part, which is good grades and reasonable testing, and then we're going to be able to go beyond that to find out who the person is in the application itself by the essays that you write. You want to go to teachers. You don't want to make the assumption it's just that what Stanford wants is English and math. That's not necessarily true. If you're good at something else, always go to teachers who you've got a good relationship with, And if you're going up through the process, develop a relationship with your teachers so that they get to know you, because we're going to ask them to write testimonies about you as well, along with your guidance counselor in the schools. So all of these things, I think, are important in terms of our consideration. We're kind of interested. We know not all students come fully formed, at 17 years old, but we're kind of interested in your vitality. We use the term intellectual vitality. So again, it's not just about the fact that you can get the grades. It's about celebrating the experience of being a high school student, and I think that comes through and sometimes helps us make the decisions that we make about who to admit.
Thank you so much.